Hello and welcome to episode number 5 of Re-Record. This week I am going to try Material Girl by Madonna, which I didn't realise until yesterday when I checked. It was produced by Nile Rodgers as well. I guess I should have known, but it was. This kind of goes quite nicely with Let's Dance, which I did a couple of episodes ago. You may be wondering, how am I going to sing this? Well, I have a can of Helium here, which hopefully I won't suffocate. I'm just going to have this little balloon, which I fill up, and we'll see if I can sound like Madonna. She's got the kind of voice which does sort of sound like somebody on Helium, kind of low-ish in some sort of way, and when she goes up high, it's sort of, I don't know. It might not work, but let's see.
Let's do this.
Okay, that's sort of pulling it together a bit more. All right, I'm going to do guitar and bass, and just try and get the rhythm track working. It's almost working. This is sort of getting somewhere. Hopefully, I think it still sounds a bit dodgy, but hopefully I'll add a few more things and it'll tie itself together. It definitely doesn't sound really anything like the original, but that's not surprising because the playing on this is just ridiculously high end. I should have known, but it's fun. It's interesting to try and do this, I think. Anyway, some guitar. I think he's just doing this. The bass is really bugging me, so I'm going to experiment a little bit with the Synclavia plugin. I have this original patch called Bass Percussive, which I think is, I don't know, it's worth trying. I'm just going to mess around with it for a bit. Okay, so now I'm going to try, I think, the down thing, which I don't know, I can't really tell on the recording, but I have a kind of pretty good electric guitar sound on the Casio. So I might do that and then double it with a real electric guitar fuzz kind of thing. Just see how it sounds. I don't know. Let's try.
Okay, let's do this.
Somebody
yeah, I literally ran out of helium just at the end there. So that was a good bit of quantity surveying. My lungs started feeling a bit fucked at some point. But anyway, I think I'm going to survive. I did read that you can suffocate on helium. Anyway, that was that was really hard. Like, the singing and stuff was actually kind of easy, but the rhythm track was just really tough. I ended up slowing it all down by 1 BPM because it just felt a bit rushed at my original tempo. I had to do a lot of drum editing. Yeah, anyway, I think it sounds pretty funny. I like the helium thing. That kind of worked out. So thank you very much for watching. Once again, I'm totally like, anyway, thank you very much for watching. And please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscribe button. It's very easy, please. I really appreciate it. If anybody knows Madonna or Nile Rodgers and fancy passing this on to them, that would be kind of funny too. My Patreon is where I keep all of the mixes and all the stems for all of these re-record episodes. So if you want to do a remix or use some of the drums or whatever you want, then sign up to my Patreon. Well, next time I've got something pretty major planned. Not sure how it's going to work out, as always. But yeah, watch this space. Subscribe to my channel. I'm going to do a mix rundown for those of you who are interested in that. Everybody else, I will see you next time. Okay, now for the mix rundown for those of you who are interested. On the kick drum, I have got a gate, and I have got some EQ, which is really bringing out the beta a lot, and actually cutting quite a bit of low end, because I don't know, the original recording, it's very, very light. It doesn't have much low end. My mix has more low end because I just wanted to have fun with the low end. So okay, it has an R bass on it as well. I mean, I don't know what this is actually. This is just, again, me just throwing stuff at it, but it seems to kind of work. So it's cutting the low end and then it's boosting the low end for some reason. And then quite a hard compressor there. Snare drum is gated again. Cut the low end a bit. Top end boost. Compressor again. That snare drum is triggering the gate on the overhead, so we get that nice big 80s thing on the snare. That's being compressed, the overhead's being compressed before the gate, and then after the gate it's being distorted slightly, brightened with this. It's literally just it's just the kind of massive roomy smash thing from the drums. So yeah, it's that's why the compression is it's before the gate, because it's being crushed and then gated. The hi-hat, this has got a bit of EQ on it, brighten it up a little. The toms and the crashes don't have anything, but all of this stuff is going to the drum bus, which has a bit more EQ on it, another compressor on it just to glue it all together, and it's going to reverb, delay, well, one reverb and one delay, just a bit of slap back, tiny little bit, and then reverb number 3, which this week is the L480 lexicon. Number 2 is the echo chamber. Number 1 is the megaverb. That's my delay settings. It's just a slap back thing. Anyway, so the drums are going to, the drums are going to the lexicon. Just to make it sound a bit more expensive, you know. The shaker is going to a little bit of the megaverb. That's about it. Right, so took me forever on the bass, but I have got on the live electric bass, I've got a bit of an R bass thing, a bit of EQ, which is just taking a bit of the top end off. I don't know, that's probably left over from something else. Anyway, whatever. Compression, bump, simple. Then I have this synclavier bass, which I'm sad that I had to resort to this, but I couldn't get a sound out of my Casio and I was getting tired, so I went for this. I'm not going to make a habit of using software instruments because I don't really believe in them that much, even though I have some. Yeah, this is pretty fun. I like this and the Fairlight. I think they're quite fun. So this is some the original synclavier patches which I found online. You can just Google them and you can find them, because the new ones that come with this, they're all sort of modern sounding and they've all been like, you know, sort of spiced up for modern ears, but I wanted the kind of the old sounding ones, and so I found them, and amazingly they just import straight in, which is, I couldn't believe that actually worked. So there you go, and it's this bass percussive thing. Anyway, so that's that. If you find those original patches, it's called bass percussive, and that's going through a filter freak, which adds a kind of like sort of auto wah envelope filter thing, compression, then a phaser. I had this on really strong at the beginning, but it sounded shit. So yeah, a little bit of phaser, and then at the end, just a little decapitator to kind of glue it all together. And that is actually going through to Reverb 3, the Lexicon, as well. Then we have, sorry, my voice is fucked from singing. Then we have the stabs, check it, that thing. So we've got the amp and the DI, which is the chords from the Casio. It has an R bass, not sure why, it just does. All of these, I'm guessing, are going to have the same EQ, because I was just working quickly and I just didn't change it, I just copy and pasted it. So they all have EQ and compression. That's the EQ, that's the compression. Whoops, just turned that off, didn't want to do that. And they all get bussed to the stabs bus, which has another phaser, stronger this time, and it has the delay, which gives it the thing. And the important thing with this delay is that the input is cranked hotter so that you get a louder repeat than the initial signal. So it's doom, bup, 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 you know. And that's what really makes it groove. Totally genius. Nile Rodgers, whoever came up with that, like, it's just amazing. Like, the arrangement on this tune is, anyway, yeah, I'm not going to go on about it. It's just brilliant. Okay, so then we have the guitar stabs, which have a decapitator and a delay, and there's two of them. It's double tracked, both the same, decapitator and delay. Then there's that kind of ghostly organ, Casio, that has a lot of bottom end taken off. This EQ, which I think that's just been copied and pasted, that sort of seems to be on everything, but whatever, it's just taking a bit of top end off for some reason. Okay. Compressor, Reverb 3 again. Then there is the electric, the keyboard, again, some of that. Quite a lot of decapitator, driving it a lot. Compression, Reverb 3 and delay. Then the, there's that kind of string thing that doubles the riff as well. That is, I mean, this is copied and pasted, sorry. Yeah, the same stuff. I mean, it's just general stuff, you know. Reverb 3. Right, then we have the electric guitar that doubles the riff. That's just got a bit of brightness on this decapitator. It's got a chorus, and it's got this quite high to give it a real nice vibrato. I know I'm going fast, but I figure if anyone's really interested in the settings, then they can pause and look, because I don't want to go into too much detail. I mean, you can see it. The bell thing has a tiny bit of reverb on it. There's a growl thing, which is in the verses too, and at the end it's this big kind of huge synth on that kind of breakdown bit. That's got an R bass, the same EQ, compressor, and a chorus. Boom. Okay. Now the vocals have some EQ, top end boost, bottom end cut. They're being compressed with this compressor. And they have a bit of chorus. They have some slapback delay here, and they have some reverb. Then the other vocals are basically the same. One of them has a delay on it, the one that's going, oh, 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 that one. That has got some delay on it, otherwise all the same. And then there's the material one, which is the same, except it has this compressor on it instead. Not sure why. Then all of this stuff, this is all the huge BV stacks that I did. They have a bit of brightness on the EQ, compression, bit of delay, slapback, reverb 2, interestingly, not sure why I chose that, echo chamber, and the same with living in the material world, that has got EQ, compression, slapback, reverb 2. On the master bus I have good old tape, not doing much, but just being a bit tapey. I didn't use wow control this time on the master bus. I wanted it to sound a bit sharper, a bit more kind of, yeah, I don't know, brighter. Probably because I took all the top end off everything by mistake. Anyway, and then good old Massey limiter. So that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for sticking around for the mix rundown thing. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe to my channel. Sign up to my Patreon if you want to get your hands on the stems and mixes, etc. And I will see you next week, hopefully, with something funny and special. I'll do my best. All right, lots of love, look after each other. See you. Bye.